Everybody talking about love, but let me tell you something. Love ain't just, baby, I love you, baby, I miss you. That's not love. Oh no, love is not just sweet talk. Love is not just butterflies in your stomach. Real love is messy. Real love is calling, blocking, fighting, unblocking, crying, forgiving. And then CO said, each other again. Somebody say again, because love is not a feeling that comes and goes. It's a decision. It's a commitment. It's a fight you show up for. And if you came here today thinking love was just candy and roses, I came to shake you. Love will test you, break you, stretch you, but if it's real, it will also rob you. People today have confused love with language, and we've confused love with what rolls off the lips instead of what shows up in the life. We think because somebody said, baby, I love you, that it means they really do. But love is not proven by what comes out of your mouth. Love is proven by what comes out of your actions. Anybody can talk sweet when they want something. Anybody can text you a paragraph at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anybody can whisper words in your ear when the music is right and the lights are low. But when the storm comes, when the pressure hits, when the bills are due, when you are sick in your body, when your attitude is not cute, love is not measured by the poetry of the mouth, but by the labor of the hands and the sacrifice of the heart. If you really want to see love, don't watch what somebody says and watch what they do. Watch how they show up when you're hurting. Watch how they respond when you don't have anything to give them back. Watch how they behave when it's no longer convenient to be with you. Real love rolls up its sleeves, and real love does not stand back and wait for somebody else to carry the load. Real love gets down in the dirt, down in the struggle, down in the reality of your life and says, I'm here. That's why you can't confuse lust with love. Lust will tell you what you want to hear. Lust will stroke your ego. Lust will sing to you like a song on the radio. But love shows up at the hospital. Love will work 2 jobs to keep the lights on. Love will hold your hand when everybody else has walked away. We've got a generation that thinks saying, I miss you is enough. But if I miss you and I don't change my behavior, that's not love. If I say, I care about you, but I don't lift one finger to help you, that's not love. Love is not a performance for Instagram. Love is not a caption under a picture. Love is not flowers on Valentine's Day if there is no consistency the other 364 days. And real love is daily labor, it's sacrifice, it's patience, it's putting somebody else before yourself when you don't feel like it. It's listening when you'd rather argue. It's staying when you want to quit. It's showing grace when you could be petty. Love is not just an announcement, it is an assignment. And let me tell you, love is heavy. That's why some people walk away, because they don't want to do the work. They want the feeling without the responsibility. They want the fun without the faithfulness. They want the excitement without the endurance. But the weight of love will show you who is real and who is just rehearsing lines when you're tired, when you're broken, when you're hard to deal with. That's when love shows itself. Love says, I'll carry you until you can carry yourself again. Love says, I'll forgive you not because it's easy, but because you are worth it. Love says, I'll show up, not because I feel like it every day, but because I've chosen you. So don't let anybody deceive you with pretty words. Words can lie, but work cannot. You can fake a text message, you can fake a smile, you can fake a promise, but you cannot fake consistency. You cannot fake sacrifice. You cannot fake showing up day after day after day. That's why love is not words, it is work. In this generation, people think blocking somebody is the end of the story. We block when we're mad, we unblock when we cool off, we block again when we feel betrayed, and we unblock again when we're lonely. The phone has become the battlefield of modern relationships. 1 minute you're in, the next minute you're out. 1 minute you're connected, the next minute you're cut off. But can I tell you something? If it's real love, it can survive the block and the unblock. Because love is not fragile, and love is not so weak that a button on a screen can kill it. See, blocking is about emotion. Blocking is about, I don't want to deal with you right now. Blocking is about anger, pride, and pain. But if there's real love underneath and the connection does not die because of a temporary wall, real love will find its way around the obstacle. Real love will survive even when silence takes over. You can block my number, but you cannot block my prayers. You can block my texts, but you cannot block the bond that was built through time, trust, and truth. Because love is more than communication. It is connection, and connection runs deeper than convenience. There are some people who can't handle conflict, so they cut off instantly. They think absence equals closure. They think silence equals healing. But what happens when that person is still in your heart after the block? What happens when the unblocked duck doesn't erase the memory, doesn't erase the history, doesn't erase the feeling? That's when you discover whether it was just an infatuation or whether it was real love. Because real love survives offense, real love survives arguments, real love survives the ups and downs, the blocking and unblocking, the fighting and forgiving. Love doesn't die because you had a bad day. It grows stronger when it overcomes one. Some of you have been through this cycle. Block, unblock, fight, make up, argue, forgive. And you're wondering if it means you're broken, but maybe it just means you are human, and maybe it means your love is being tested. You don't test gold in good times, you test it in the fire. And when you love somebody, the fire will come, misunderstandings will come, disappointments will come, hurtful words will be spoken, pride will rise up. But the question is, when the block is over, is the love still there? Does the love rise again after the silence? Does the love remain after the distance? That's how you know it's real. A love that cannot survive a block was never love. It was just convenience. Love that cannot survive conflict was never love. It was just comfort. But when you can block me and I can unblock you and we can come back and talk it through and we can still see value in each other even after the storm, and that is evidence that what we have is deeper than a disagreement. It means we have chosen each other beyond the impulse, beyond the temper, beyond the ego. Because let me tell you, love is not about never falling out. Love is about always finding your way back. Love is not about never having conflict. Love is about having the courage to reconnect after conflict. Anybody can love when it's smooth. Anybody can love when it's easy. But when you've blocked me, when you've shut me out, when you've told me you don't want to hear from me, and yet somehow in the middle of the mess, love rises up and says, I still care, I still want you, I still choose us. That's the kind of love that survives the block and the unblock. We live in a world that has sold us the lie that love has to be perfect. Social media has painted the picture of flawless couples smiling in every photo, matching outfits, taking vacations, posting quotes about loyalty, and making it look like love is supposed to be without flaws. But that's not reality. That's not truth. Real love is not polished and perfect like a magazine cover. Real love is raw, it is messy, it is challenging, it is sometimes frustrating. Real love is not the absence of flaws, it is the persistence to push through them. Perfection is an illusion. People get into relationships thinking, if I just find the right person, everything will be smooth, everything will be easy. But love is not about finding a perfect person. There is no perfect person. The love is about finding someone who is worth fighting for, worth struggling with, worth holding onto through the storm, because everybody has flaws, everybody has issues, everybody has days when they are hard to love. But persistence says, even when it's not easy, I'm staying. Even when you're not perfect, I choose you. See, perfection says, I'll love you as long as you never fail me. But persistence says, I'll love you even when you stumble, even when you fall, even when you make mistakes, because love is bigger than a mistake. That's why marriages fail when they are built on the expectation of perfection. That's why friendships break when we idolize people instead of loving them, because soon as the person shows they are human, as soon as they disappoint us, we walk away. But persistence says, I know you're human and I still want you. Persistence says, I see your weakness and then I still see your worth. Perfection will always fail you because it does not exist. But persistence will carry you because it never gives up. Love that lasts is not built on fantasy. It's built on commitment. It's built on showing up again and again. It's built on saying, I'm not going to quit just because it's uncomfortable. I'm not going to run just because it's hard. I'm not going to give up just because you made a mistake. Real love has scars. Real love has bruises. Real love has battles that it survived. But persistence turns those scars into testimonies of when you look at couples who have lasted for decades, don't you think they had fights? Don't you think they had days when they didn't want to speak to each other? Don't you think they had moments when they questioned everything? Of course they did, but what made them last was not perfection, it was persistence. It was the ability to say, I still choose you. It was the strength to forgive, the humility to apologize, the courage to stay when everything in them wanted to walk away. Persistence is what keeps love alive when feelings fade. Persistence is what keeps love standing when storms hit. Persistence is what makes two imperfect people build something that outlasts circumstance, because feelings change, emotions shift, a life throws unexpected blows, but persistence does not bend, persistence does not run. Persistence holds on. A love is not about finding a flawless person. It's about fighting through flaws together. It's not about everything going right. It's about refusing to quit when things go wrong. It's not about having no pain. It's about not letting the pain separate you. That's why love is not about perfection. It's about persistence. Everybody wants love to be smooth. Everybody wants love to be easy. But the truth is, you don't know what kind of love you have until it goes through conflict. As long as the sun is shining, as long as the bills are paid, as long as you agree on everything, it looks like love is strong, but conflict is the test. Conflict reveals what sweet words cannot. Conflict shows you the strength, the maturity, the depth of what you really have. See, arguments will come. Misunderstandings will come. Offenses will come. There is no relationship without them. But conflict is not the end of love. It is the classroom of love. It teaches patience. It exposes pride. It reveals selfishness. It digs up insecurity. And in the middle of all of that, conflict asks the question, will you fight each other or will you fight for each other? That's the test. Because anybody can smile when it's easy. Anybody can stay when everything is smooth. But love has to be tested under pressure. And here's where many people fail the test. They think the presence of conflict means the absence of love. They think if we argue, we must not be meant for each other. If we disagree, maybe we don't belong together. But love is not proven by the absence of problems. It is proven by how you handle them. Conflict does not destroy real love. It defines it, because love's not about running when it gets hard. A love is about standing when it gets messy. Love is about choosing again and again, even when the feelings aren't friendly. But the real proof of love comes after the conflict, because conflict will test you, but forgiveness will prove you. Anybody can argue, but can you forgive? Anybody can get angry, but can you let it go? Anybody can shut down, but can you open your heart again? And forgiveness is the evidence that the love is stronger than the offense. Forgiveness says, I value us more than I value being right. I value this connection more than I value holding a grudge. I would rather heal with you than win against you. Some people confuse forgiveness with weakness. They think, if I forgive, I'm letting them get away with it. But forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength. It takes more power to release than it does to retaliate. It takes more courage to say, I forgive you than it does to say, I'm done with you. Forgiveness is not about erasing the offense. It's about refusing to let the offense erase the love. Because here's the truth, if there is no forgiveness, there can be no lasting love. And love without forgiveness will collapse under the weight of human imperfection. Love without forgiveness will suffocate in resentment. And love without forgiveness will drown in bitterness. But when forgiveness is present, love survives what should have destroyed it. Forgiveness makes love durable. Forgiveness makes love resilient. Forgiveness makes love real. Think about it. Every strong relationship you admire has gone through storms. Every couple you see standing after years together has had fights you never saw, tears you never witnessed, words they wish they could take back. And the difference between those who lasted and those who didn't is not the absence of conflict. but the presence of forgiveness. That's what makes love credible. That's what makes it believable. That's what proves it's more than just emotion. It's a decision. So yes, love will be tested in conflict. You will argue, you will clash, you will disappoint each other. But the test is not the end. The test is the stage, and forgiveness is the proof that what you have is real, that what you have is strong, that what you have can stand through anything. Feelings are fragile, feelings are fleeting, feelings rise in the morning and fall by the evening. Feelings shift with moods, with circumstances, with the weather, with how much sleep you got last night. You can feel in love today and feel distant tomorrow. You can feel affectionate in one season and irritate it in another. If love were only a feeling, nobody could stay in it for long, because feelings cannot hold the weight of a lifetime. Feelings are too temporary to sustain something that it is meant to be eternal. And that's why love is not a feeling, it is a choice. It is a decision you make every day, whether the feelings are high or whether they are low. Feelings may inspire you, but choices sustain you. Feelings may ignite you, but choices preserve you. When you wake up one morning and butterflies are gone, the decision to love is what keeps you there. When you go through seasons of dryness, the choice to love is what carries you through. When anger tries to shut down your heart, the choice to forgive and the love again is what keeps the relationship alive. Feelings ask, do I feel like it? Choice says, even if I don't feel like it, I'm committed. Feelings say, I'll stay as long as it feels good. Choice says, I'll stay even when it's uncomfortable, because love is bigger than comfort. But feelings are based on emotion, but choices are based on values. And love that lasts is always built on values, never just emotions. Think about when vows are made. Nobody promises feelings. They don't say, I promise to always feel excited about you. I promise to always feel butterflies. No, the promise is to choose the vow for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. That's not about feelings, that's about choice. That's about waking up every day and saying, no matter what, I choose you. And let's be honest, there are days when you won't feel in love, days when the person gets on your last nerve, days when you're so frustrated you don't even want to see their face, days when silence feels safer than conversation. That's where feelings end and choices begin. A love shows its strength not when it feels good, but when it feels hard. Real love is not about how you feel in the moment. It's about the decision you've made for the long run. Some people chase feelings. They chase the thrill, the spark, the excitement, and when it fades, they move on. But those who understand love know that feelings are the spark, but choices are the flame. Feelings may light it, but choices keep it burning. Feelings may attract you, but choices keep you together. And choices are what turn a temporary spark into an enduring fire. Love as a choice means sacrifice. It means discipline. It means maturity. It means saying, I may not feel affectionate right now, but I'll still serve you. I may not feel like talking, but I'll still communicate. I may not feel romantic today, but I'll still honor my commitment, because love is not about how you feel. It's about what you do in spite of how you feel. So yes, feelings are wonderful. They make love sweet. They make love exciting. They make love passionate. But feelings alone are not enough. Without choice, love will die with the mood. Without choice, love will collapse under pressure. But when love is rooted in choice, it can outlast seasons, it can endure storms, it can survive disappointments because choice anchors love where feelings cannot.